Well, hi everybody. Thanks for joining in. I'm here with my neighbor and friend, Mark.
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you.
And Mark has a channel called Every Man Has a Story. So we relentlessly promote each other's channels.
Yeah, today we're gonna discuss what you guys think about YouTubers making money. Whether you think we should just do it for free out of the goodness of our heart, or if we should be allowed to make money off of it, support ourselves.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the elephant in the room. Is I hear a lot of muttering about mostly from the hater types, but oh, you're only doing this for money, you're only doing this, you're only doing that. I hate your live stream because you're begging for money and this and that and the other. I personally have never ever asked for a donation.
Me neither.
And neither has Mark. But I'm not against it. So I see a lot of other YouTubers that do say, please support my channel, or I have this kind of a fund or whatever. And so our question is, and we're going to talk about it amongst ourselves as if you're not here. But what we want to know is, what do you guys think? Is making an income from YouTube a bad thing, or is that something that we should be ashamed of, or should we? There's what are the ways? There's Patreon, there's PayPal. You can do affiliate links, memberships.
That's brand new.
That's brand new, so you can get exclusive type of content. Personally, I'm a capitalist. I think that if you're going to put time and energy into something like this, then by all means, if you're providing a service for somebody, giving information, some people give advice, some people give tours, some people do this, some people do that. They're all different, and to all of you, there's some kind of value there, or else you wouldn't be watching. So just kind of interested as to what you guys think about that. I know that if where I have a problem is if somebody is begging for money and you're not getting anything in return. In other words, if one day I was to pop up with a video and say, hey guys, I need you to donate some money to us in May because I had this tragedy or this problem or whatnot.
Yeah.
And
like a TV evangelist type asking for money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, you do this and we'll heal you and you'll feel better about yourself. And I'm in trouble, blah, 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 blah. So that's kind of like begging. But what I wanted to pose here was, should Mark, myself, and anybody else that's out there, do you have an issue with the PayPal, the Patreon, the Super Chats, the
AdSense,
the ads that run on the videos? That's the stuff that I this month I took last month off, and I wanted to just kind of rethink. And to be frank with you, I found that why I was getting dissatisfied, was I thought that I was kind of pandering, to my audience, if you will, to a small degree. There were a lot of other ingredients to that decision. But I said, you know what? No, I just want to be myself. I just want to be me. And I want to talk about stuff that I want to talk about. And if it pisses somebody off, it pisses somebody off. Unsubscribe. See you later. And I'm personally not in any kind of big race to be the biggest or the best or the fastest or anything else. Now, Mark is in a different position. Mark needs more income to supplement his Social Security check.
Yeah,
that's you. I'm not saying anything you haven't said before.
Yeah, that's why I used to do Cambly. I used to tutor online that's how I supported myself in Cambly and Social Security. But now I've shifted away from doing Cambly and I'm focusing on my YouTube. One, it's more fun, and it's just more profitable too.
Yeah. So I don't think we're saying anything that's out of. We're just being honest here. Mark and I have privately discussed how much income that we receive. And Mark receives approximately half of what I make. And so when he got here, I have a lot of respect for this man, because when he got here, he he'd had enough. He'd said, bullshit, this is enough. I'm not taking it anymore. He didn't come here for the girls or this or that or the other. He came here because he just wanted to stop, decompress, refresh, get to feeling new. And so, that being said, um, when he got here, what did he do? He got his Social Security check, which was enough to cover the basic expenses.
But I was still paying off credit cards and everything else with that. I financed my trip out here on credit cards, the flights and all that stuff.
So this guy really came out here by the seat of his pants.
Yeah,
and
literally.
not that I was totally prepared, but I did have a savings account. I did have more money coming in per month where I wouldn't have to do anything to supplement it except for a major emergency. And so he just came over and just started going to work. We worked online. And when I knew him, I'd say, hey, you want to go get a cup of coffee? No, I got an appointment. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta chat with somebody in Egypt and blah, 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 blah. So not only are you making more money with your YouTube channel because it's become very successful very quickly. It's got a really good channel. Every man has a story. And, but you've got more free time.
Yeah, literally, and we work when we want. Plus, it's so much more fun. I enjoy meeting people too.
So let's get to some of these comments. I haven't touched one yet. All right. So Thailand bloggers, you say yes. Okay. I'm going to assume that you're a blogger in Thailand. Buddy Trip. Thanks, buddy. Okay. So we got a yes from Buddy out there in Mexico. Hey, BJ. Yeah. Okay. Buddy, you and I, once you get things up and running, you and I will do an interview together. I'd like to talk with you online with the old split screen.
Yeah, there's some bloggers out there who show no ads at all. Like there's one I watch. I can't remember the name of his channel right now, but they're very educational, all about physics and science and all kinds of stuff, and they're beautifully produced. Little mini documentaries, but he has no ads at all. And he just makes his money on Patreon and also selling his books.
Mhm.
That's all he does. And he's got, a million views on some of his videos. So everybody has different ways they do it.
And an observation that I made early on is that nobody's putting a gun to anybody's head and saying, you have to send us money.
We have no choice also what ads go on. Like we just have if we're going to do ads or not. But like for example, you might be a Trump or a Biden supporter, and on your channel might be an ad promoting the guy that you're against, and you have no choice to that. It's like whatever shows up, shows up. But I've taken out the beginning, the very beginning of my videos. I don't have an ad there, so my first one is at the beginning of the video, or at the middle of the video, and then at the very end. That's all I do.
So I'm just kind of blasting through the comments here and not really responding to each one because we have limited time here. I just realized this morning, Mark and I discussed this yesterday, and then I saw a notification that Rike is going to be going live at 10 o'clock. The last thing we want to do is invade each other's space, if you will.
Yeah, there's only 4 billion people on the planet, so we don't want to, take anyone away from him.
So I'm not gonna be responding to the comments because there's a lot of them, and we're just gonna talk amongst ourselves.
All my money comes from AdSense right now. I have a little bit of Patreon and a little bit of subscribers, memberships, but basically Patreon's all of mine. So you have to have a lot of views to make money on Patreon. They pay you for 1,000 views, by the way, and then YouTube takes, was it 45%?
YouTube will take 45%.
45%.
So if you make $100 on a video, YouTube takes $45.
Yeah.
And this is from AdSense.
And the same here on the super chat too.
Same thing. If somebody sends a super chat or a donation or whatever, they take 30% of that.
Yeah.
So they're doing fine.
Yeah. Don't worry about Google.
So like I said, I'm not going to comment on your comments, guys. I want to get through them. I want to try to get everybody on the screen. Mark and I are going to just kind of chat and give our, opinions and our thoughts and information.
You notice the ads, like, the skippables, you can skip through them anyway, so.
Speaking of money, there's one, a donation from Fisher and Lord. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. Yeah. It's hard not to respond to some of these guys, you know. But we want to just keep the information coming. Yeah, that I got. Yeah, we do live in the future, and we have the election results, and we know everything that happened. But you guys are gonna have to wait.
there was a tragic earthquake, hurricane, meteor, and Hillary won. So it did something to the space-time continuum, and Hillary's president. And
yeah, Baby May's vice president. Yeah. Can you believe it? Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to keep on clicking through here.
We don't need Viagra. We need the opposite of Viagra.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't ever ask for money on my channel though. I think it's a little tacky, so I just don't do it.
Well, I would kind of disagree with you respectfully on that. I know some women that are single moms, and they're bloggers, and they're friends of mine, and they need the money.
Yeah.
And so they are.
I think it's different for girls though.
Well,
I don't know why I'm a chauvinist, I guess, you know, but old school.
That's okay. That's okay. Over here, men are men.
Yeah.
And so they're single moms, and they've discovered a way to make money, and they work hard at it, and they struggle sometimes with the English or trying to appease the audience. And they say, you know, please support my channel, please support my channel, please support my channel. Now, I like to do YouTube, and yeah, I'm not really money driven by it. It does provide additional income, though. It does supplement my Social Security. And I'm really interested in Baby May having an income.
It's really popular with Filipino girls now. Like I know so many girls, you know, your girlfriend, my girlfriend, Gio's girlfriend, they've all got blogs now. Every one of them, yeah, they're all doing it.
And I've got nothing but respect for that because here, you know, they talk about, oh, these poor girls are just scammers. I want to talk about that a little bit too, this whole scam dynamic. But here you got, how can you not respect that? You have these women that are living out in the middle of nowhere in many cases, and they started up a YouTube channel. And granted, content will always win the day. I mean, if they start a YouTube channel and their content is boring, none of us are going to watch it. But if they have something to offer, or they're funny, or they're creative, or they're informative, or they're just good looking and you like looking at them, then you're being entertained. And I akin it to this. I watch TV hypothetically for free. If I turn on NBC News and I watch a 30-minute news program, I'm going to be interrupted with
like
a commercial.
15 minutes almost.
Right? Okay. And that's where they get their revenue, which allows them to buy the cameras and pay the anchors, and everybody else stays employed. And it's not, YouTube, I think, is like a little TV show.
It is.
So it's exactly what it is.
I agree. We got something else about the girls here in the Philippines having channels. The minimum wage here is nothing. I mean,
zero.
Like my girlfriend, she worked 7 days a week as a sales lady in a bakery in the mall for a year with no days off. And you know how much she made in a month? $60 for the whole month. So they do a YouTube channel for what you and I would say it's not even worth it for us. Like they're making such small amounts, like $5 a day. But for them, that's great. They're so happy that they can make $5 or $10 a day doing YouTube.
Yep.
And that's why you see so many of these girls doing it. The problem they're having, though, I don't know about Baby May, but the problem they're having is you have to, when you sign up for AdSense, they send you a code. You have to enter that code. They send it to your address. You have to enter this code in to start up your account.
Correct.
And the problem is getting these codes because there's no mail coming to the Philippines. Like I've been waiting for my Charles Schwab card for 2 months. Jen has been waiting 2.5 months for her code. Did maybe make it hers?
She did.
And it was sent here?
No, it was sent to my old apartment. And they give you 4 months before they stop.
But it was sent to the Philippines.
Huh?
Was sent to the Philippines.
Yep. Yep. So here's the drill on that is you get your 1,000 subscribers, you get your 4,000 watch hours. Now you're what's qualified as to run ad. You're monetized.
Monetized, yeah.
So now you're qualified to have annoying ads run on your program. And so, and you make money. I think if somebody watches it for 30 seconds, that's when the clock is ticking. And so, Baby May and what he's talking about is before you can make money during that whole time. They'll start running the ads, but you can't get the money until you get this code, which is mailed to you. And the reason Google mails it to you is to verify the information. It's a safety measure. It's a safety deal, which you can't argue with. But he's right. There's this big problem with getting mail here in the Philippines. And so the rule is they'll run that for 4 months. And after 4 months, if you don't put that code in, they don't take away the money or anything that you've earned, but they stop running ads. And until you put that code in.
You can request another code, yeah.
I think Baby May waited 3.5 months. We got that code about
was it
2 weeks.
Was it during the pandemic though?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Huh.
Yep. And it came, and here's the deal, it came to my old apartment. And graciously, one of my neighbors called May up and said, hey, there's some mail here for you. Because we actually had, that apartment was one of the few places that had an actual mailbox.
Yeah, most of them don't have it. Most of these houses don't have an address here.
Don't even have an address.
Yeah, it's just like,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, Mark has done a great job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So like I said, we're going to go through most of the comments here and just sort of put them up on display. And then we'll continue on our little discussion. So we're asking the question, is making money on YouTube, is that something that we should be, do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's e-begging? That's the big term I think I'm looking for, e-begging. So far, it looks like everybody's on board with it.
Hey Bruce, how you doing, buddy? California, where I used to live.
Some people go through extraordinary lengths, time and energy to produce one video.
Oh yeah, some really do.
I mean, I'll confess, I just set up my phone and then I sit down and I talk for 30 minutes. That's the long and the short of it. Then I upload it, I make a picture, and it takes about an hour. But these are guys have got drones, they've got multiple cameras, they've got all the whiz bang equipment.
But she's the younger guys that got all that stuff, you know.
Yep. So that's kind of what we wanted to discuss. I'm just trying to get feedback from you guys. And let's see.
You look weird. He's got a gas mask on.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we actually know the election's over. We've got the results, and but we promised to keep it quiet.
So like Christmas, you'll have to wait till morning.
Yeah, now see, that's awesome right there, Bruce, is that there are guys that are aware that the ads are where we are going to derive our income without having other stuff. And I just showed Mark an email of a company that wants me to endorse their products.
Yes, I get it. The one that's sponsored.
And so that would be what's called an affiliate link on my channel. And I don't have any of those. The reason I don't is, I think I've already said it probably 20 times, is my main driver is not to make a bunch of money off this thing. But I also don't want to endorse anything that I don't personally use or know about or have experienced. That's why I don't give advice. I don't feel like I'm qualified to give guys advice.
I'm willing to endorse the Harley Davidson if they'll send me a motorcycle.
But that's
and also there's a thing called ad blocker too, you know.
Every man has his price.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But there's Ron from Mexico. I remember this guy. He's comments a lot on my channel.
Yeah. Well, I think Ron, I think you're totally missed the point.
Yeah, no, our girlfriends can work if they want to.
And they are working. They're working on YouTube.
Yeah, they're working on YouTube because Jen wanted to go back to work and be like a housemaid or something. I said, you know, she'd be gone all day. I'd never see her, and she'd making $60 a month. So I said, you know, why do that? And I said, why don't you do the YouTube? And she's making much more money doing the YouTube. She's happier. She loves it, you know. So. Yeah. But she never thought that way. I know, you know, we don't try and control our girlfriends on what they want to do, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's another misconception.
A lot of these girls want a job, you know.
Yeah, they want to get away from you and me.
Yeah, a lot of them are going to school. You'd be surprised how many girls here have university degrees too.
Mm-hmm. So I guess the election starts in what, 2 hours or something like that? They start getting results.
It's 9:15 there in the morning, like that.
10 o'clock, I think, is when it starts. I'm not sure. Let's see. Here we go. What is the topic? Yeah, and we discussed it just before we came on here live with no pre-planning really. Should we make, it's on the bottom, should bloggers make money? Should YouTube bloggers make money?
Like sometimes you're making like, say for every 1,000 views, you might make, you know, $5. Depends on all these different factors. And it changes daily sometimes, like it goes up and down, so you never know, like, you know, one day you're making X amount, the next day it might go down or go up.
It all depends on views.
Click right through.
You know, like you've had a couple of monster videos. I've had a couple of monster videos where we've gotten over 200,000 views, and those will bring in a lot of money. There was a woman that Mark and I were both following, Audrey. Remember the EIDL grant thing?
Yeah.
Looking at? Okay. So there was this EIDL grant that was a financial incentive during the pandemic. And there was a woman named Aubrey something, and she was talking about it. And it was really interesting because when the grant came up, there was a whole bunch of interest because it was free money. And she told people online how to get free money.
I was so sure it was a scam too. I said, this is a scam. And I said, this girl sounds really sincere. And you told me about it.
And somebody else told me about it. And that's kind of how it worked.
I got the tail end of it right before they ended it. It was over like a week later. It was gone. And
here's what happened to her. This video, a guy told me about it. I told Mark. I can imagine Mark told other people. I don't know. But it snowballed. This one video, this Aubrey, somebody did, got over 1 million views. Wow. And she said she told the income from it. It was $14,300 and some odd dollars for 1 million views. And then when the EIDL grant expired, she went down to having 75 views. So she was a one-trick pony.
Yeah, whenever you have a video that's got a timestamp on it, that's only relevant, you know, for a certain time, and it quits making money.
Prison planet. Okay, so we're not talking about that.
We ain't making no $50 an hour. But
well, you can.
I guess some people are.
You can do consultations. There's something we forgot to talk about. I completely lost my mind. Went out of my mind. You can offer to do consultations with guys. Yeah. So kind of like a psychiatrist charges $100 an hour, $10 an hour, 50, whatever the number, pick a number, $40, $50.
Yeah, I took psychology 101 in university. I got a C+, so yeah, I'm happy to help you. Whatever I can do for you.
But I think what some people miss the point is that time is money. And so I can't speak for Mark, but I have guys contact me a lot via friends on Facebook and then on Messenger. and they want to have an hour-long discussion and
Yeah.
tell me about their
I get
life.
those all the time.
And you know what? I don't want to hear about your life for an hour. I'm sorry. Unless you're really an interesting guy, but most guys are complaining. And so, or their dreams or their issues, or they got 600 questions, blah, 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 blah. I got things to do.
A lot
So,
of times they're asking questions that we've already dealt with on our channel. We've got a whole video on it. They never watch the video.
exactly.
They want to ask you about rent and about this
Exactly.
and visas and all that stuff,
Exactly.
you know.
So I've toyed with the idea of saying, great, if you want to talk to me for an hour, you're gonna have to send me 10 or 20 bucks just to tone it down.
Yeah, I get a lot of those. I do tell people if they come over here, I'm happy to meet you. You know, I'm happy to meet guys when they come over here, have a coffee or a beer with them. You know, I'm happy to do that.
I'm meeting a guy today at 10:30. Is he talking about us, ugly old trollers? Is that us? This guy?
No, he's trying to defend us.
Oh, is he defending us?
He's on our side.
Okay. So Sabu Boss Man, he seems to be a troller guy.
He's afraid to show his picture.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's another bedwetter.
Yeah. Oh, he is a bad guy. That's why he's hiding his face. Have you got a jockstrap on your face? I mean, what is that? You know, why would you have a jockstrap on your face in your picture? I don't understand that.
That's true. The trollers are starting to feed amongst themselves now.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
We have opposing political views, but we don't get into it.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing. You know what? Like, let me ask you a question. Do you like sushi?
No.
Okay, I love sushi. Now, would that be a reason for you and me not to be friends?
No.
Okay, neither should political views.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, if you're really passionate about a guy and you're really anti the other guy, I think it's best just to leave it alone.
It is. Don't talk about it.
Just don't get into it.
Because you're not going to change their mind. You know.
He's not going to convince me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to convince him. And
It's like
neither one of us are smart enough to make the argument anyway. You know, because
same thing with religion. Like you're not going to talk
that's
somebody
correct.
switching from Buddhist to Muslim.
That's
you know?
right.
It's like
That's right.
just don't go there. You know,
That's
stay
right.
away from that.
I will tell people that my spiritual life, what I am, what I do define myself as, but I don't try to sell it to everybody that I meet. So anyway, we're not going to be talking to a lot of guys. We're just going to kind of keep talking amongst ourselves, and we don't have that much time because, like I said, we don't want to infringe on our friend Ricky when he has his live stream.
Yeah. I know what he means, though, no matter overseas. I agree.
I was talking about established YouTubers constantly pushing for donations. I don't know. I don't have a problem with person. I'm a capitalist, and I think if someone wants to push for donations, that's their right and privilege. And people can either choose to agree with it or disagree.
Well, they can tune out now.
Like I said, there's no gun being put to anybody's head.
Well, nothing. Whatever your channel's about, whatever subject it is, there's somebody else doing the same thing, probably even better than you. So, if you piss off your subscribers or your viewers by having too many ads and asking for too much money, too many times, they're just going to go to somebody else. You're just going to log out and go to somebody else.
Yeah.
So you search yourself.
And we understand it's not a big either.
Oh, that's cool. No offense taken. No offense taken. Yeah.
No, please. Please, that's what the whole point of this discussion is. I mean, it's not like we have to have everything go our way.
Yeah, there is ad blocker too. You can watch YouTube videos without any ads at all. It's an app you get to your phone, I think. So it's not like you have to watch.
So, but what I want to get into is okay. So we have the ads. Most of the ads are skippable, so you can get around that. You can do YouTube Premium, and that will let you watch it without any ad interruptions, and we still get paid. There's ad blockers you can use. My question is, when people ask to support the channel, or if they have affiliate links, or if they just basically ask for donations.
I think the affiliate links is fine because people say, what camera do you use? What microphone do you use? And so you've got a link on your description that says, yeah, this is what I use, and it works great for me because I actually use it. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Make a little bit of money, a little commission. It's a tiny amount too.
Mm-hmm.
question, Nathan. I've got a post office box, and I've had it for over a year now. I've gotten one letter, one letter. So I'm still waiting for my Charles Schwab card. It's been almost 3 months now. I haven't gotten it yet. But I keep going down and asking. They said, no, we are getting mail from America. It's just taking a long time. But I'll tell you what, if you get FedEx or UPS or what's the other one, the international one, they come within, I had a FedEx package come from Amazon, supposed to be 2 weeks ago, here in 7 days.
Yeah.
DHL, the other one, they're all pretty reliable.
There they are.
They're worth the money.
I had a problem with my debit card, and I called this a year ago, and I needed to replace it, and there'd been a felonious charge, all this and that. So they canceled that card out and mailed me another one. It took exactly 30 days to get it.
Yeah, I'd be fine. I would be fine.
Let's see.
I wouldn't be happy, but I can't imagine unlimited, because it's your money. The Social Security is your money. You put it in there.
Social Security's not going anywhere.
They took it away from you. So I don't think any president would ever take it away.
I know.
No. Thank you. Man, I wish I could go to Walmart. God, I'd love to go to Walmart. I will never say anything bad about Walmart again.
Me either.
I love you, Walmart. I miss you. I miss you, Walmart.
we have both said, if we go back into America, what's the first thing you're going to do? I'm going to go to Walmart, spend $1,000 because you can find everything in one place.
I have to rent a truck.
Is YouTube this big? Well, actually, YouTube does make more money than
They make more than we
they
do.
make billions. Just billions.
Good for you.
Yeah, the election's going to start. I'm going to watch that today.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. You were telling me about the Beast.
Mr. Beast. They say he's going to be the very first billionaire YouTuber. Billionaire. The guy's in his 20s. What he does, he gives away, millions of dollars to people with doing silly things like opening up a fake bank and giving people free money and all kinds of silly stuff. Then you've got Cutie Pie. I don't know what he does.
I don't either.
I guess he's cute.
I guess so.
And then you got us.
Yeah. A couple of cutie pies.
Way down at the bottom there, Way down at the bottom.
But not cutie pies.
We got a percentage,
This is the whole point of the election.
Yeah.
We're trying to talk about making money. Okay. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. Nice to
Nice
say that.
comment. Now, here's another dickweed comment. Time is not money in the Philippines. You mean your life is not worth anything? Is what you're saying?
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
Seafood boss, man. I mean, every hour, if you had an hour left to live and they could extend it out to a week, would you pay for it? Or was that time not have any value to you?
That's why I tell guys, talk about retiring early, retire early, and you've got that, you're not gonna get that time back. It's 4 years of health, that you could enjoy seeing the world doing fun things, and, it's worth the money. Washington, D.C. Well, he's right in the thick of it there.
Yeah, huh?
Kansas.
My mom is from Coffeyville, Kansas.
I got relatives from Kansas myself.
That's a very, very good statement.
Yeah.
Because you're right. We're actually, what? I never thought of that. I'll start using that. That's true. I never thought of that, but you've created a job.
I used to do buy and sell things on eBay for several years to supplement my income when I was back in the States. It was a lot more work, but I used to do that. That's how I kind of liquidated my life too, selling things on eBay, Craigslist.
No, but that's true. I mean, by setting up a YouTube channel, you created a job like you've done for Jen and I've done for Davey May. and they're not taking a sales job away
Right.
from a girl at Robinson's. They're not competing.
Well, there's a lot of unemployment here too, because I worked on cruise ships for years, and so there's thousands and thousands of Philippine crew members don't have jobs anymore, and they're here back in the Philippines unemployed.
Yeah.
And two of our restaurants, Pasta King and Spice, closed this week.
Right.
And so they're out
I
of
didn't
work.
know about Pasta King.
Yeah, Pasta King was out yesterday, closed down. So Spicy closed down the other
I
day.
heard about Spice.
And so, yeah, there's a lot of unemployment here.
Ooh.
I don't even think they even have any idea what the numbers really are like in America. They don't, because they don't get unemployment insurance here. You're unemployed, you're unemployed.
Yeah, my dad always
Yeah.
said, if you're in sales, don't talk religion or politics. He was right. You know?
The weather's okay.
Yeah, weather's good.
Yeah. Natural economics. Yeah, all you have to do is go to Hypermart. That's like our big shopping store here. And you'll see all these foreign guys in shopping carts just full of shit. Usually a Filipino with them putting the shit in there. And so like we spend a lot of money here.
Appreciate it, David.
Thanks, Dave.
And you know what happens is, I'll speak for myself, is anytime money comes in on the channel, I give it to May. And guess what old May does? She usually ends up giving it to somebody else. And that's what's interesting. And people don't see it. All right. So May will take her money and I'll go, where's your money? And she said, well, I gave it to my dad. You know, why?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Yeah.
And never asked me for money to support my family, or we had this tragedy or this incident or the goat died. Not once has May come to me like that. But I've given her money and I said, here you go, do what you want to do. And she's been trying to save up to buy some land, but recently she's been donating it. And recently a guy sent her some money and she went up and fed a bunch of people and bought school supplies for people. And a lot of people don't see that because they don't like boast about it.
Yeah, I know a Filipino, my lawyer, as a matter of fact, and she gives like all the money she makes as a lawyer to her family. She's got two sisters she put in nursing school, and she supports her family and everything. And it's just kind of a common thing here for not just girls, men too, but they support their families here.
That's an awesome question. And I think that addresses what we were talking about at the beginning of the video, is that, again, it's neither here nor there, but my Social Security check is approximately double from what Mark receives. So Mark is much more ambitious than I am as far as making money on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I do it anyway. The thing is, like, I want to work. You know, I enjoyed when I was tutoring. I loved it. YouTube, I like it even more. So I'm trying to start my own cruise line. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. So I have no intention of actually really retiring. I'm going to keep on doing stuff. You know, I'm kind of an entrepreneur. So I'm going to keep on doing stuff till the day I die. So, you know, it doesn't matter how much money I make. I'm still going to keep doing it. I wouldn't stop doing my YouTube channel if I inherited $1 million tomorrow. I would still do it.
See, Mark is driven,
Yeah.
you know, and that's just his personality. I am slightly driven. So I really enjoy the retirement thing. I burned out on work and didn't want anything to do with it. I wanted to wait. You have the freedom, which I have, to just wake up and do nothing. Nothing being, you know, just stay home, go out, do this, do that.
You like to sit on your beautiful deck and look at the mountain. You know?
I like to sit on my beautiful deck and look at the mountain for hours on end and drink coffee and play games on my phone. But the YouTube thing is, I think every man and every person needs a purpose when they wake up. You know, if your purpose is just to go to the bar and get drunk, well, God bless you, that's your purpose. But I think that there's more positive things to do with your time.
I think it's good for you mentally too. You know, have something to keep you motivated and keep you active.
Yeah, I find that there is being retired. A lot of guys die 6 months after they retire because they're just.
That's why I say travel while you're young.
They feel like they don't have any purpose anymore.
Yeah.
and they kind of like they're just
Well,
taking
their
up
job
space.
defines their life. You know,
That's
I'm
correct.
a lawyer, I'm a doctor, and whatever they are. That's when that you're no longer that, then you're not anything. You cease, in a way, you cease to exist.
That's right. That's right. You have a company one day with 500 people saying yes sir, no sir, and then you retire and nobody's kissing your ass anymore, and you no longer feel important, and you've managed to tie your entire identity to that little power base that you had, and then you're just home looking at the cat. Not a good way to end it. Yeah,
That's so
yeah,
true. Yeah, you're right.
it's very true. I want to touch on the whole scammer thing for a second because I want to do a video about this. But I did an interview series, 3 parts with Kimmy, who was an online scammer, and we just did it. It's almost a year old now, and so it gets reported. And I had all these guys send me messages whenever they see Kimmy's video. They still watch it. It's an old video. They talk about how bad these girls are, and I call bullshit on that. And my question is, and I was talking to Mark about this the other day. Would they have sent their $20 to the girl if she weighed 300 pounds? And the answer is no. They sent the money because they have ulterior motives. They're talking to some young, pretty, sexy girl online, and she's telling them that she's hungry, which may or may not be true.
It's like phone sex.
And
that's what it is, you know.
And so these guys send money. And then when they find out that the girl's got 14 other accounts and she's working all these other guys and she's married and her husband's right next door while she's online talking to the guy, quit being a victim. You were a volunteer.
And it's not just Philippines. This happens in like
everywhere.
Romania, and Ukraine and Russia and Thailand and every place else. So.
I have a problem with giving advice. I had a guy actually send me $100 one time, and I didn't. He said, "Hey, check your PayPal." He sent me a message and he said, "Hey, check your PayPal." So I checked my PayPal and there was $100 in there. And I go, "What's that for?" He said, "Well, I need advice." And I said, "Well, I don't do advice, so I'm going to send you back your $100." He said, "Absolutely not." He said, "I want to open up a donut store and I want to talk to you about it." I said, "First of all, I don't know anything about donuts." And he goes, "No." He says, "I wanted to." So he was very insistent.
I like the round ones.
So we talked for an hour and a half. And
well, we talked about this yesterday. We were just chatting offline. Is that we don't give advice. All we can do is tell you what our experience. Like open a bank account. Paul can say, "This is what happened to me when I went to this particular bank and tried to open an account for May. What we had to go through." But I can't tell you about any other banks. I can't give you advice. Like I haven't bought a house or any property here, so I can't tell you about that. I can just tell you about. I've heard from friends of mine things that worked out good, things that didn't work out good. So we can just tell you our experience. We're not advisors on anything. I'm the last person looking for advice. I made some bad decisions in my life, so you might want to ask somebody else. That's what I tell people.
There are a few things that which see, I feel weird asking for money to give advice because the information's already out there.
Yeah.
So
these guys that do that.
But somebody may just trust me or trust you or whatever. But there are things like throwaway tickets that they may need information about. Like I would change a lot of things. Like I would have brought a lot more clothes.
Me too.
I would have brought a lot.
Shoes.
I would have brought more and different things before I came over. So that would be.
It's hard to find quality here in the Philippines when it comes to clothing.
That would be advice that I would give if someone wanted to chat me. But what irritates me is guys act like I'm a dating service. Like I've had a lot of females on the channel. I just got a message this morning from a guy who said, "Hey," and I'm paraphrasing here. "Hey, I just watched your video with so and so, and I find her very attractive, and I need you to help me get hooked up with her. I'm coming over there."
I get the same thing.
And I'm like, really? I don't know who you are. I don't know anything about you. and yet you need me to hook you up with a girl like I'm some kind of matchmaker or on a lower level some kind of pimp. And
I'm sure May gets that a lot too, and Jen gets it too. Every time she has a girl on, like, oh, she's single, you know.
oh yeah,
Can I have her
yeah,
email, can I have her phone number?
yeah. I'm a 50-year-old guy and I'm in really good shape. Oh, well, good. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, where do you guys come up with this stuff?
Yeah.
You mean when it smokes pot in the Philippines? Yes, I do.
Do you know anybody that has any pot in the Philippines? That's my question. Do you have anybody? Know anybody? I'll leave my email address in the comments.
Here's Zane. I like Zane. So we are going to be going for 29 more minutes, boys and girls.
Hmm.
There you go.
Ain't nobody gonna pay us $500 an hour, maybe five. You'd think it would be. There's these beautiful rivers here all over, but it was a friend of mine who's an actual fly fishing guide in Utah and lives here now. And he said he hasn't found any good fishing, at least where we are. And, you know, the rivers look nice. I think they fished them all out, or maybe it's the way the water comes right off the mountain into the ocean.
There's no fish in
There's
there.
not a lot of fish in there.
That was a disappointment for
Yeah.
me because I was thinking, man, I'm a river guy. I'm not a, you know.
Me
Of
too.
course, there's fishing out in the ocean.
I'm a fly fisherman.
But
Yeah, something else. A friend of mine, Justin, who's you're going to be interviewing this week. He's a underwater filmmaker. He said he was at the fish market the other day, and he saw all these little reef fish. You know, if you ever gone snorkeling or scuba diving, these little like the little colored fish. You know, the ones what's the orange and white one that they made the movie about? Clownfish, little clownfish, little tiny fish, and there's all these dead fish there, and they're selling them. People cook them, and you know, even though they're tiny fish, they just wipe out a whole reef and net them all. So it's kind of sad here.
yeah,
There's not a lot of fish here.
that's a good question. I was thinking about that when I came over, before I came over here. I thought, man, oh man, I can't wait to get over there. I'll buy a rod and a reel and go out to all these streams and do some fishing and just hang out. But hey, what's going on, Jim, out there in Canada?
No, please don't overlook. No. When you say remotely, what do you mean online? If you're working online, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
But
There was this big hubbub about 4 months ago about registering with the BIR out here because we generated income that we're supposed to pay taxes here. I don't pretend to be an expert on this, which is why I don't give advice. My whole intake or outlook on that is I understand that there's an agreement between the states and the Philippines.
Yeah.
And if I make money, the states can tax me and I pay my
yeah, I'm paying
tax.
on my YouTube money. I'm going to be paying taxes. We'll both get a
That's right.
1099.
But I don't owe the Philippines.
No, because I'm an American working for an
Correct.
American company.
Correct. Now, May, on the other hand, and Jen,
Yeah.
they're going to have to deal with the Philippines. Whether it's overlooked or not, I don't think either one of us have any information.
Yeah. They didn't charge sales tax here, you know.
Yeah, you have a purpose. Yeah, that's kind of my outlook. Is I enjoy doing the channel. I get a kick out of some of the stuff. For me, it's like a lot for family and friends back home that watch it, and it's for myself that in 5 years I can go back and look at a video of what I was doing today with my friend Mark. You know, kind of relive it.
I've got a lot of friends from my
And
channel too.
so have I.
Yeah. And got some useful advice too on different things, you know.
Man, I got approached 3 times yesterday. 3 guys introduced themselves to us. Of course, they just wanted to see that you made a damn care about me.
Well,
There you
thank
go.
you. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
So
Yeah, Justin's
Mark wants
a
me
good
to interview Justin,
Yeah. You're gonna do it on Friday, right?
and I haven't watched one of the videos. And that's another thing.
That's a good thing,
about.
actually. I think that's a good thing because your questions would be totally different than mine.
I'll come at it completely void of information about this guy. So I have my own little style. And what I like about Mark is that we are very respectful of each other's space, as far as the YouTube thing
Yeah.
goes. And so, like, he'll ask me, "Hey, I want to talk to so and so. Do you have a problem with that?" I'm like, "No, not at all. Same thing." But
I don't think we ever interviewed someone, the same person. I don't think we ever have.
Gio.
Oh, Gio's the only one. Yeah,
Gio's the only one. And then, did you interview his girlfriend?
No, but Jen did.
Okay, because I had Gio. I've done Gio, his girlfriend, and then the Short Province girl. They did it all like in one
But
day.
you did Joe and AJ. I haven't done them.
I did AJ. Yeah, that's right. AJ would be a good one for you to talk to.
He's not here anymore.
Good morning. Thanks, John. Well, yeah, the creepy guys are easy to ignore, and that's the best thing that you can do is just ignore them. But when somebody puts up a comment, I kind of like to break their balls in.
Yeah, PayPal is better. Yeah,
that's true.
Also, you get it right. You get it immediately too. You have to wait for it.
That's true.
You know, Elon Musk started PayPal.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he did.
I like that Elon Musk guy.
I do too. Yeah. It's never too late.
Well, you know what? I don't have any hobbies. For me, it was coming over here and getting a culture shock, and then just going into freaking survival mode, trying to figure out how to navigate.
I'm a scuba diver and snorkeler, so I have that. Some of the best diving in the world, man.
And if you can drive a scooter, that could be your hobby. You can just drive around and look at stuff. Photography, might take up, there's all kinds of stuff you can
Nemo, that's right. That's the other thing of Nemo. You're right. Thank you, Peter. You see little Nemo laying there dead,
Poor Nemo.
You want 4 pesos for him.
Port-au-Prince, where is that? Is that Palawan?
No, I plan on traveling a lot once this opens up. I'm going to go everywhere.
May and I want to go to Palawan.
So do we.
And so we were talking. In fact, May just did a video. She just uploaded. Hey, let me plug her channel while I got you guys here. Baby May's Cooking and Adventures. And his girlfriend's channel is Every Woman Has a Story.
Yeah.
So, but May just uploaded a video of her and I going to a resort yesterday.
That's true, yeah. Well, you know what else I found out from Justin is they've opened up the marine sanctuary for fishing. They're now letting guys go in there. We were at a resort a few weeks ago, and at night we saw these lights out there in the water, and they're out there fishing at night. They've opened it up because of the pandemic. They're letting them fish in the marine sanctuaries now, which is sad. Yeah. No, I don't want to go dating.
No, I don't want to go there. That direction.
I don't even talk about it. I don't want to. It's not my thing.
No.
There's websites for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's opening it up.
Not interesting.
Can of worms. Slow, and then slower. There's 2 speeds: slow and slower.
Do you remember the dial-up modem? It's a little bit better than that.
Just a tad.
Just a tad.
We're just staying here no matter who wins.
Yeah, no matter who wins, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. You watched the video. You don't know what he's talking about, but right. All right. Make sure you watch May's latest video. For me, it is a hobby.
It's kind of a hobby for me too, I would say, it's both,
But I think it was, I think it's when you compare your YouTube to teaching online, YouTube is much better as far as income, and it's much better as far as time management.
Yeah, because the thing about on teaching online, like you were making, it's supposed to be $10 an hour, but you're only getting paid when you're talking to someone, so it works out to like $5 an hour. And then once the month starts over, you're starting all over clean. You only get paid for that one time. Whereas on YouTube, if you can come out with a good video, that video can make you money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for years.
I proved that last month.
Yeah, that's what's great about it, So it's not even worth my time, logging into Canva anymore. And I love doing it, but it served its purpose until I came up with YouTube.
I think that the biggest drawback to teaching online is that you are on a schedule.
That's a job.
You have to show up. And I got tired of showing up in the States. It's wild up here. But you have to be home at 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever, pick a clock. And on YouTube, you can go out and interview somebody at your leisure, like we're doing now.
Yeah.
This was just like, hey, last night I said, hey, you want to do a line? And he goes, yeah, sure, why not? So he came over and we prepared for 3 minutes, and that was it.
As you can tell.
As you can tell. Staying to our normal
level
of mediocrity.
Well, the owner of the apartment complex that we live in, he built a house and lived in Palomar for 15 years. It was on a peninsula with a beach on both sides.
So I think Dave Cool offered to buy us dinner if we ever go that way.
Well, we will.
You don't have to buy us dinner, but we would love to sit down and have a chat with you.
Sure would.
Yeah. Thanks, Gary. Are there a lot of open rooms?
Yeah, probably there are. But the thing about it, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about living on the beach, and also I was talking to Alma, the owner's wife of where we are now. They lived on the beach for 15 years. It sounds wonderful to live right on the beach, wake up, there's the ocean. And he told me 2 things. He said, one, you can't turn the ocean off. You listen to the waves, oh, that's nice, but then it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when the weather's rough, it's loud. But the worst thing is the ocean will eat your house. It will eat they said they had to replace their TVs every year and a half, your computer every year and a half. All the hinges in your kitchen on the wall are all rusted out. And so the ocean will eat your house. So I've changed my mind. I used to think I wanted to live on the beach. I don't. Maybe on a lake or a river, but not on the beach.
A lake I can do.
Yeah, a lake I could do.
That turns me on. The idea of a lake house, I just think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the exact same reasons. All that salt just corrodes everything. You ever go to a beach town like Venice and Santa Monica or something like that? The paint's always peeling off the houses. Everything looks like hell.
Yeah.
And then you look at a boat that's brand new and it's been in the harbor now for 6 months, and it's getting rusty and it's getting crusty and there's barnacles on it and all that crap. The seas are. I agree. Yeah. Somebody told me about that the other day. Someone reminded me about Vic Morrow. What was he filming? Twilight Zone. Vic Morrow was on a show, I want to say it was called Combat, maybe.
Oh, Vic Morrow, yeah. He's the guy that got killed in the helicopter crash.
With 3 kids.
Yeah.
And they didn't even need to go.
Yeah.
It was like after the movie was done and they went out to do something to make sure that they got the shot right or something.
Well, he was in the water, and like they're filming and the helicopter went over and crashed and killed him and blazed him. What I remember.
And from what I understand, 3 kids got killed with him.
Yeah, Bruce Lee's son, got killed in a movie too. What happened was they shot a blank at him, and the blank actually had like the wadding, whatever, went in his side and killed him.
Dude. Well, yeah, thanks, Zane. We appreciate that. But yeah, we're 2 different guys, and we do it 2 different ways. And I always think that more content for you guys is better. I really do. So far, I haven't had anybody bash us about people making money on YouTube. But I'll put it in the description because I didn't before. We just talked about this subject. I came up with this idea after Mark got here. And so I'm going to put it in the description, and this will go as a replay, if you will. And people can watch this video later. I think there's going to be very low views for the next 24 hours.
The election, yeah.
But I'll put that in the description. And I do want comments, but last time, because we're going to be off in 15 minutes, I'll make my closing arguments, and Mark can make his, is I don't see anything wrong with the guys. I don't personally do it, but I don't see anything personally wrong with guys saying, please support my channel. I don't see anything wrong with them having the commercials. I don't see anything wrong with them doing affiliate links. What's the other web? Patreon. Oh, memberships.
Yeah, that's new.
The membership thing. And my final argument is that nobody's holding a gun to anybody's head. And I just think that if you feel like you're getting something from a guy or a gal, and you want to send them $5 or $10 to support the time, the energy, and maybe the equipment that they need to upgrade or whatever, then awesome. Now, I personally know a woman that's got a channel. I won't mention it. She's making tons of money and didn't need the money. And I say, go for it. Keep going. What's wrong with making a living? What's wrong with making a great living? Nothing. What do you say?
No, I agree with it, and there's also other channels have higher overheads than we do. Like, I use my cell phone and
So do I.
a $20 microphone and a $5 tripod. That's it. And the editing I do, which you want to call editing, is free. Whereas like my friend Justin, he goes diving. He has to go diving every day to film underwater to make a video. So he's spending $200 a week out of his own pocket to create his channel. So, guys like that need more support than I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, we're both in agreement that the women should make money.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Especially the Filipinos. I mean, this is an opportunity to take somebody out of poverty and take somebody out of poverty. I mean, what's better than that? What's better? What's a more noble thing than to meet a girl, start her up on a channel, and get her in a direction and make her self-sufficient? Because we're both older, so our girlfriends are going to be around a lot longer than we are. And what if we leave them in better shape with a way to make money so they don't have to go mop floors for someone?
That's the least you can do. Like, if you're dating a younger girl, I think it's your responsibility to make sure that when you're gone, she's set. And I'm not talking about just leaving her a bunch of money. You can also teach her how, like Jen's going to have a bank account. She's going to have a passport. She's going to have, ID. She's going to have a YouTube channel that's making her money. She can have other things, maybe a college education if she wants it. And so when we're gone, these girls are going to be set up, to succeed in life. That's my goal. You have to make sure that if you're dating a younger girl, that when you're gone, you've taken her to a whole nother level.
Absolutely.
I think you owe that to them.
Absolutely. And you know what? If you compare this situation, and I can only speak of America, with women that I knew in America, if I tried to improve their life or give them advice or get them started on something, there would be a lot of contention and competition and angst involved. So
I'm gonna look you up when we get there.
Yeah, Wayne.
We're coming there.
Well, see, for once I was right. I knew that it would turn into election stuff. And I understand that completely because I'm going to turn on the election too.
I think we should start drinking early today.
The Filipino P was on my channel about 4 months ago, and she told me that she had planned for 2 years, and so I haven't talked to her. We're not friends. We don't hang out. We haven't seen each other since. She did ask me to be on her channel, and I said yes, and then that was the end of that. But I agree with you. I think she has a great channel because there's a perfect example of someone that is putting a lot of time, thought, energy, professionalism into it. And I don't watch her channel because I don't need the information that she's getting. And she also is very intelligent and she knows how to play to her audience and kind of tell guys what they want.
What she's done is she's done what the same content that other channels are doing. She's just done it better. Like, that's why you can never get lazy in your approach to doing things. You always have to be making improvement because somebody's going to come along and do things better than you do or offer a better product than you do, even though it's the same topic.
She puts a lot of thought into it, and she makes it very animated. So it looks like we're losing our topic here, and we're going into the election. Roy, there's nothing wrong with making a few bucks in the channel. So far, other than that one trolley kind of guy, we haven't had any real detractors.
Also, people say, hey, Mark, I watched the ad all the way through to help build your channel. Guys, you don't have to do that for me. If you want to skip the ads, that's fine, please. Don't think you have to watch some boring ad and to help you out. I mean, if you want to help us out, you know what helps us out more than anything? Just share our video with your friends. You know, if you like my videos, share it with your friends. And also, if you hate my videos, share it with somebody you don't like. You know, share it with your boss.
Filipino P loved one of my comments and personally sent us a video of thanks. Well, that's awesome. That's my point, is that she's all in, you know, where myself, I'll only speak for myself. I make a video, it's my own video diary. I post it. If you guys want to come along for the ride, cool. If you don't, that's fine too. I'm not in any big race to be the biggest or the best or the fastest. But for her, it's a business. It's an actual job. It's an actual income thing. So where I might spend 45 minutes a day on YouTube, she'll spend 12 hours a day.
She's got a studio and everything.
Everything. Got the whole enchilada. And like I said, I got a lot of respect for that. Yeah. You got to respect her.
Well, it's just like anything. The more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. You know. Some people out there on YouTube, they just throw whatever. You know, they're out walking around their video and everything they do, and they throw it on YouTube. They think they've got a channel. That's not a channel.
I am convinced that if you got on YouTube and you had the smarts and the work ethic and ambition, you could make 6 figures easy. I'm convinced of that.
Yeah.
I'm convinced of that. I hate everyone. You should do well. I don't know what that means.
He's kidding. Roy, he just go around.
There are going to be some heads exploding, no matter which way it goes.
I think you got a good point, Michael.
I think it's more like 50%. It's a bam. Yeah. I know some heavy bets that are going on.
Well, just think of the fights that are going to come up at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. This Thanksgiving,
the fights at Thanksgiving.
You want to take all the knives off the table. That's my advice. Take the knives off the table, spoons only. You know, preferably plastic cutlery at Thanksgiving this year. That's my advice.
So that is funny. I did my channel grew crazy during the COVID.
But people living vicariously through us, they can't come here, so they're like watching videos about what it would be like if they could, which is fine.
We've got exactly 7 minutes. In fact, probably 5 minutes, because I don't want to infringe on. Rike is going to be doing a live in a few minutes, and I don't want to infringe on his time. You can do it. You have to have good content. You have to have a lot of views. I don't really think subscribers matter that much, to be honest with you.
There's guys, well, for example, there's that kid making like $20 million a year. He's 9 years old. All he does is open up a toy and review it.
Yeah.
You know, there's lots of people making millions on YouTube.
But, you know, it doesn't really matter how many subscribers you have. I think maybe a minimum of like 10,000. But it depends on how many of those 10,000 will watch your channel.
Yeah.
So you could have 100,000 subscribers, and if only 300 of them are watching it, you're not making any money.
You're just making a lot of money on YouTube. I mean, millions of dollars. Kittens.
Kittens.
Now, kittens are making a lot of money. Cute kittens, they're raking it in.
There you go. Yeah, well, that's the beauty of it, Gary, is you don't have to care for her, you know, but a lot of people do. And I just have to, you know, like I said, her and I aren't friends. She contacted me She wanted to be on the channel. She came over. We had a great time. We sat there and bullshitted for an hour before we did the video. The video itself was really poor quality because I didn't have a good microphone. And but she told me, and I made the prediction. I said, you know what? You're going to be very successful at this, and you're going to have 100,000 subscribers before any of us. And right now, she's probably double my size, and that's good on her. She puts the time, the energy, the effort into it. So I recommend her. Yeah, it does. Yeah, there's one quick note I'll make. There's some local bloggers that have millions of subscribers and views that don't make a tenth of what.
Yeah, you get paid on where your people are from.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, like India is the worst.
Yeah.
And America is the best. So you can get paid $10 on let's just call it 1,000 views, and then you can get paid 12 cents on the same 1,000 views from India.
Yeah, the Philippines is not good either.
And the Philippines is really lousy. Yeah. So that's a very true statement. All right, we'll end it on that because you guys are saying thank you, said thanks and goodbye and all that good stuff, and we're 4 minutes away. So thanks for joining in, and this video will be up for review later. And enjoy your election day.
Yeah.